Ah, there it is. It's time once again for A Moment with Bob, brought to you by our friends at Offshore Drilling. Hey, Mike. A 7-year-old station wagon rolls into the parking lot of a national burger chain on a Friday night. A family of 4 gets out of the car and goes into the brightly lit store. In the mom's arms is a little boy about 2 years old. And a little girl, probably a first grader, is holding Dad's hand. The dad takes the toddler from the mother's arm and goes over near the condiment table, where he takes one of the high chairs stacked up in the corner. He slides the child into the seat, buckles up the safety straps, and scoots the giggling boy in the chair over to a nearby table. He looks over at his wife and little girl standing in line waiting to order. Coming here on a Friday night every couple of weeks has become their routine. They both work, and after picking up the boy from daycare and their daughter from her after-school program, the idea of throwing together dinner at the last minute sometimes just seems like too much after a long work week. His daughter is looking at a display of toys. Each week a different toy comes with the kids' meal, one of the characters from the latest kids' movie. The dad thinks ruefully to himself that this week she'll have the whole set, and they haven't even seen the movie yet. And they won't until the DVD comes out. The last time they went to a movie, the budget was completely blown. The babysitter was $20. Tickets for 2 adults and a child came to over $30. Medium popcorn and a couple of small Cokes was almost $15. It's hard to justify laying out $65 just to see a movie when you're counting pennies. And they have to count every single penny. He and his wife have talked about it until they can't talk about it anymore. The constant dread eats at them. Even though they're both working, they're both doing everything they can, they know they're just treading water. And anything could sink them. So they try to push past the dread, take each day as it comes because they can't bear to look further down the road. The woman and the little girl step up to the cashier to order. The menu is spread out over the entire back wall with multiple combinations of different sandwiches and beverage sizes and fries or onion rings. But the mom is only looking at the far right side of the wall. That's where the dollar menu is. For as long as they've been coming here, that's all they've ever ordered from, except for the kids' meal, of course. They'd never ordered a double or triple anything. No extra bacon or cheese, no fish fillets or grilled chicken, no salads or special buns, just whatever's on the dollar menu. And truth be told, they really can't afford that. She knows she's only going to spend $15 or so tonight, but they come here a couple of times a month, sometimes 3, and that $45 would be better spent on buying staples for cooking at home. The cashier rings up the order and hands over the numbered receipt. The little girl and her mom pick up napkins, ketchup, and a few plastic knives and take them over to their table. Soon the cashier calls out, "Number 47, your order's ready." The dad goes up to the counter, brings the tray to the table, and starts to distribute the burgers and fries, after handing the kids' meal box over to his daughter. His wife begins cutting up a cheeseburger into quarters for her little boy as the toddler digs into the fries. She gives him the burger wedges. And as she picks up her own sandwich, she and her husband look at each other and have one of those moments where nothing is said, but everything is understood. Of course the food is crap, and the toy is crap, and we shouldn't even be doing this. But the kids enjoy coming here, and if we didn't come here, we wouldn't go out at all. The flash of marital ESP passes at the same moment. The little boy grabs for his dad's Coke. As the family of 4 eats their dinner, one of the wealthiest men in the country steps out of his chauffeured limousine and walks into the city's finest restaurant. The maitre d' instantly recognizes him and ushers him to their best table. The rich man says he wishes the chef to surprise him, and the sommelier has free rein to pick out the choicest wines that will best complement each course. 2 hours later, the rich man has finished a magnificent meal and is savoring a 180-year-old cognac. He removes the cohiba from his cigar case, trims the end, but declines the light offered by the maitre d', who has magically appeared at the table. You have to light a cohiba just so. The maitre d' inquires if he desires anything, and as the rich man shakes his head, no, the bill is discreetly placed upon the fine linen tablecloth. The rich man glances at the bill. He has no way of knowing that his dinner costs 50 times that of the family of 4's meal, and he tells the maitre d' he'll be putting tonight's bill on the tab, as usual. The maitre d' happily agrees. The rich man takes out his golden ebony Mont Blanc fountain pen, and after adding a generous tip for the restaurant staff, signs the name of the family of 4. They'll be picking up his tab tonight. Huge numbers of American corporations pay no state or federal income taxes at all. Much-needed programs have been drastically cut back or done away with, as many Americans have given up their pensions and health benefits just to keep their jobs and stagnated wages. This is how it works in today's America. Those not in the top 10% are on the hook for the wars and the bailouts and the bonuses and everything else. Instead of using the tired cliche of zero-sum game, let's just call it what it is. Class warfare. They won. We lost. From Fight Back News, quote, Minnesota Republicans are pushing legislation that would make it a crime for people on public assistance to have more than $20 cash in their pockets during any given month. This represents a change from their initial proposal, which banned them from having any money at all, end quote. For the elite, the fine lines separating insanity, greed, and evil have been erased. Regards, Bob. Another moment with Bob at superbeans.com/rant. Brought to you by your friends at Offshore Drilling. I know most people who listen to this program will understand that moment with Bob. But I wonder how many people on the right who will hear that and be puzzled. Like, what the hell was the point of that? What? The rich man had a meal? Well, he's entitled to it. He pulled himself up by his bootstraps. If he wants 180-year-old cognac, okay. And the family of 4 and the burger joint, well, if that's all they can eat, that's because they didn't pull themselves up by their bootstraps. I mean, what the hell is the problem with any of that?